The 2004-2005 NBA season was one of the most interesting ones in recent history, with Steve Nash taking home the NBA MVP, undeservingly in the minds of most. It would be the last season of former All-Stars Vlade Divac, Reggie Miller, Steve Smith, and Allen Houston. We're going to focus on Allen Houston for a moment though, as in this season he played with the New York Knicks, who during that season were led by prime Stephon Marbury and a young Jamal Crawford, back when he started. And in this series we're going to take this lottery team. Without a few seasons, we will win an NBA championship. Now, this New York Knicks team was 25th in defense in the league, a horrible defensive team, 26th next year and back at 25 in the next. Now, we have the liberty of seeing how everything turns out, being able to look back in hindsight and see who will be a bust and who will be great. However, this will not turn out like real life. Some things will change. We might even turn some careers around. Anyways, back to this Knicks team. Like I said, we're horrible in defense. So, we looked at some of the best young defenders in the league. We looked at Chicago's Tyson Chandler, who eventually became a Knick and won a Defensive Player of the Year in the Mecca. So, why not bring him here now while he's younger than 25, and we can develop him how we see fit. So, we give Chicago a ham sandwich and a cheese stick and get Tyson Chandler. I feel this roster could be a possible playoff team. However, as a backup, I went to get another pick. The Toronto Raptors finished as the 11th seed in the East in real life, but their roster in this 2K roster is just bad. So we give them 15 cents and a mini pack of Oreos for their pick. Now let's talk about this team. I'm going to go by position. At point guard we have Stephon Marbury. Marbury is a ball dominant scorer who never saw a shot he didn't like. A good ball handler but not a phenomenal passer. When it's time to actually contend, I don't see him and his contract on this team. Backing him up we have a 33-year-old Penny Hardaway. He's a 6'7" point guard, who even at this age is lethal going to the rim. A decent but not great shooter, Penny is a solid option off the bench for offense. And his height and athleticism, while he is getting slower and slower, will help him on the defensive end, as he's got a good chance of blocking opposing guard shots. Our shooting guards are an aging Allen Houston, who in real life, after this season, retired, although I think we can convince him to stay around another year or two. A knockdown shooter and will scare the hell out of you going towards the rim. He's an offensive machine. Backing him up is Jamal Crawford. We all know Jay Crossover, one of the best ball handlers of all time, an inefficient scorer, but a good shooter from the great beyond. We're having him come off the bench for a few years early to be an instant spark of offense. Our small forwards, we have Tim Thomas, who's basically Hedo Turkoglu, a 6'10" small forward who can only shoot threes, and a rookie Trevor Ariza, who will develop into one of the best role players in the 2000s and the 2010s as a phenomenal 3-and-D player. Our power forwards, Kurt Thomas, who is a solid role player and a double-double machine, able to score around the hoop and snag rebounds, and Malik Rose, who is basically not as good as Kurt Thomas. Our centers, the young defensive stud Tyson Chandler, who we talked about earlier, and Mike Sweetney, who was the number 9 pick in the 2003 NBA draft, and never really turned into anything special. He's still a big body out there on the floor, and we can get some use out of him. But yeah, that's the team. Next video of this series will be a gameplay, and I don't really feel the need to show any more regular season games, so we'll hop straight into the playoffs if we make it after that. Also, just to clarify, this whole roster is a 2004 to 2005 NBA roster. So every team is from that season, and we're going to be playing it with accurate draft classes and all that, until we win a championship.